Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bub and Rumbuka joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey everyone, welcome along to Trackside by Kokpit, proudly brought to you by the team from GARAGE16, your Wednesday evening show back, and of course the build-up to the 2024 teams that's getting underway, obviously, this coming weekend. As you can tell, we've got something completely different compared to the usual show that we normally bring you, is to have done the build-up as well. You can see I've just brought them in. Craig Booker live from Rees Race Cars. Hey, Books, how are you, mate?
Hey, mate, we're doing good. Yeah, we're here at the Rees Race Cars headquarters here with Pete. You got all the boys here working on the cars. You got Ethan, Asher, Josh are all here working hard, getting the cars ready for this weekend, mate. You've been here since 7 o'clock this morning, going hard. You've only just managed to get on your cars today or tonight, so you've been a big rush this week, mate.
Customers first, but you reckon those guys are working on the cars?
Well, they've stopped now, but they were going pretty hard before. But
But
yeah. But Ethan's doing a gear set on your car, and we're going to show you out there what's involved with that. We're going to walk over very shortly, Kins, and Pete's going to explain a bit about why they changed the gears and what's involved in that. And we're going to give you all tonight a bit of a look on what is behind the scenes, actually, of what goes into prepping for teams, mate. I mean, it's not a 5-minute job, is it?
no, it's a lot of hours, and for us, it's customers prep as well, spares, and yeah, we pretty much got all the cars in there except for Jamie Hamilton. Like it's a mid-season rebuild for us, basically, like an off-season rebuild, but a mid-season. So we're thinking about teams plus the future down the track, next meeting and stuff. So yeah, we're giving them a big tidy up and go over them.
And not just that though, mate. I mean, you guys take a lot of spares with you, don't you? Because you've got a few customer cars. So do you take spares for them as well during teams? With your truck, you take your truck and everything. So do you load up with all the spares, rails and all sorts of things as well? Or is it just enough for you guys for the weekend?
Nah, it's everybody for us as well. But traditionally, we just do spares for ourselves and stuff. But no, we're all loading up for like heaps of spares, wheels, axles. We're so far behind on axles.
Yeah.
Stubs and all that, and just your normal spares.
Oh, well, that's cool, mate. It's a lot of work involved, Dakins. He's still there.
Oh, yeah, I'm still here, mate. Yeah, look, 100%. Look, the effort that goes into the sport is a tale too. If you go and have a look at the website around Central Energy Trust Stadium, I can tell you now, 2 days, 22 hours, 24 minutes and 45 seconds. Not as if I'm counting like every other fan up and down the country. Now, 2 days, 22 hours, 24 minutes and 40 seconds. But no, there is a lot that goes into it. There is a lot. And like Pete said, elaborated on, there's a lot of spares that need to come in amongst all of this books. And I just want to do a quick shout out to some of our fans that have jumped into our special show tonight. Connor Auckram, Tanya Gillum, Daniel Chalk, Cody Tunbridge, Jesse McKenna, Kerry Gage, Richard and Trudy always watching, Jack Wilson, Tracy Vincent, Dave Thomas, Grant Fowler, Keegan Moore, Murray Lonergan, Samuel Ashton, Mike Pugh, Mark Goodman, Wayne Alton, Sam McKnight, and the list just goes on, Bevan Giltrap, Scott Honeybone. So many fans of course, the big event, as I say, the NZ Super Soccer teams champs. All the teams have been released. You'll see all the information there. What I've liked, Books, on the social media part of things, it's good to see the teams interacting with merchandise. We know that's a huge thing for fans. It's good to see all these teams rolling out the merch. That includes, obviously, Peter and the Gisborne Giants, but great to see so much merch. I'm guessing once all the fans arrive there, bring some big dollars. It's going to cost you a lot of money.
I've already figured I'll spend about $100 already. I haven't even picked anything up yet, mate. But hey, listen, just to everybody out there too, I spoke to Bruce Robertson today as an update to see what was happening with the weather and everything like that. The weather isn't looking the greatest for Saturday. At this stage, they are going to run as per usual. Everything's on target to race Saturday, Scruton in the Square Saturday, Sunday racing. If it rains, everything moves along only one day. So if it rains and the weather hits us and we can't do anything on Saturday, then everything will move to Sunday, Monday, but the schedule will still stay the same as if it was Saturday, Saturday, Sunday, okay? So everything just moves over one day. That's what Bruce has told us. So there you go. If you're wanting to know that information, that's what it is. But we're going to go over now. I think Ethan is doing a gear set. So we're going to go see that. Pete's going to explain to you why and what happens there. Once we've done that, we'll come back over and I'll get Pete to draw out the lucky winner for our competition. So we'll go over there, eh, Pete, and see if we can see what Ethan's up to, and you can give us a bit of an explanation, mate, on what happens. As you can see as we walk here, there's the cars. You've got Ethan's, Ash's, and Pete's, and Josh's car there. If we come around this way, we'll let Sparky get in there with the thing. And so what's going on here, Pete? How does it all start? What's the main reason for changing the gear set? What prompts you to do that?
Well, last time this car raced, my car was 240s 2 weeks ago, and gear sets obviously different track, different corners. Calmer gear sets going in, plus a couple up from normal.
Yeah.
Because teams racing might get held up, recovery is slower, so a couple of gear sets higher than normal, more revs.
Is that gives you that more of a oomph gone and a bit more revs to just push and do as well, is it? Or
basically gives you that second chance when you get held up, because you're going to get held up.
Yeah.
And Ethan, he's just big gear goes in the top, little gear in the bottom.
Big gear in top. So you got your little oil catch cans there, as you can see what we've got on there. So Ethan undoes the bolts, he takes it off, and the oil comes into the little catch can there. You don't reuse that oil though, do you? You put new clean stuff in every time?
Yeah, well the back hat's separate to the front hat.
Yeah.
The front, so that's kind of like an oil change every time you do a gear set.
Yeah.
And we can do gear sets twice a meeting, or sometimes 3 times.
So when you're at a meeting and you're changing a gear set, what's prompting that? Is that just the track changing that causes you to put higher or smaller gears in, or what prompts you to change it during a meeting?
It's basically track conditions, but you might guess it wrong to start with. It might have had rain during the week. It might have been dry during the week. Might have been lack of track prep or too much track prep. So we've got a range and we've got a tolerance, but if we miss it, just do a gear set. Like it's a 5-10 minute job.
Yeah. And he's done a few today already. I watched him earlier. So he's got that pretty down packed. So look at that. The gear set's in already. Puts it back in, bolts it up, and then can just top the oil up again. So that's all it takes, people. I mean, I've been walking around here today, and I remember back in the day when I first went to Speedway, and I was working on cars in the pits, and it was A-grade stock cars, mate, and that. And it just amazes me how much the sport has advanced, from diffs to linkages and your suspension and the whole lot's just advanced. The sport's just advanced so much in the last, say, 20 years.
Well, even the time I've been in the sport, 23 years or whatever it is, it has changed. And if you don't change, you don't keep up.
Yeah.
It is a race.
Yeah.
Things have got, like these things, they've probably got easier to deal with these days because the quick change diffs were harder to get back in the day, the axles were harder to get, but now it's more available. The engines we run are more reliable, more powerful, all that stuff. So the sport's changed to keep up. And these are a super class. So, put super stuff on it.
Yeah, well, that's a fair comment. Yeah, they're called super stocks, aren't they? Super class. So you're right. You do it. So it looks like he's just about done. So do you have to torque those bolts up, or you just sort of know the tension to sort of give them? They're not really tight. Does it have like a rubber ring on the inside to seal it, or how does that seal?
It is a rubber ring, and you actually don't do them that tight. They're only 8mm bolts.
Yeah.
They're 14mm spinner. So, yeah. And they come on and off quite often, so you don't do them that tight.
Yeah, and so, and of course, for those that don't know, if you do something up too tight on a rubber seal, it'll just start leaking anyway, because you'll squash it flat too much. So, but that's there you go. Ethan's done a fantastic job. These guys, since they've got here, they've been putting new crush rails on, front and back of some cars. But yeah, it's all been a hive of activity tonight. You can see all of them, meet them all on Saturday morning at McVeary Crawford's in Princess Street. Is it Princess Street?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Called it Princess and Grey Street. That's it? Yeah. So if you want to go down there Saturday morning and meet the team, All the team will be there, the Gisborne Giants. You're more than welcome to come down. There'll be merch available down there too, new Gisborne Giants merch. It's looking sharp. Mind you, all the merch at the moment's looking pretty sharp. But there we go. So, and is that just a bit of cleaner? Is it just to finish it off? Bit of brake clean to clean it off. So that finishes it. But so there you go, people. There's the process that's involved. Ethan will now top up the oil. So you've got a little catch can at the top there. Yep, there you go. And you know exactly how much to fill it up, or is there a mark in your catch can that you go to?
Just fill it up.
Fill up the can all the way.
About 900 mils in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
It's actually quite simple, stupid, isn't it?
It's very simple. It's like, you know, for such a high-tech piece of equipment like that quick change diff, there's a reason they call it a quick change diff, isn't it?
Exactly.
You know, at the end of the day. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That is very cool. Nice and easy, eh? We've got a hive of activity. Everyone's come to watch you do everything, mate. It looks like they're all sucking back their ales and having a bit of a laugh. So that's good. So we'll go do this draw, Pete, I think, and let you draw the lucky winner for the young child that's going to pick their team.
Yeah, I reckon Asher should do the
You reckon
draw.
Asher?
Yeah.
We get Asher to draw the number?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take him over there, see if he wants to come and help us, and then we can come back and talk about setting up cars and stuff.
We'll draw this side.
So we'll get the little box of bits here. We're walking back, Kins. I'm sure Sparky will be back with us shortly to do this. So all those people that entered this competition, we'd like to thank you so very much. We'd like to thank all the teams involved. The teams have jumped behind this competition for your child to be part of their team, and it really is something really spectacular. And we can't say enough to the teams getting involved and all of you getting involved. So we've got Asher here who is going to draw a number out, mate. So take us a number there. They are. Yeah. I could have got. You know, I wanted to make it difficult for you, mate. You know, like, hey, what number we got there, and I'll look it up.
17.
Number 17. So I'll go up here to my computer, and we'll get my list of numbers. Number 17 is Renee Michael Aris, is it? A-A-A-S, Aris, and the child's name is Noah. So Renee Michael Aris, if you want to send us a private message tonight or whenever, as soon as you can, I'll try and contact you if you're not watching. Noah can let us know what team he wants to join in, and we can make that happen. That's awesome. Thanks, Asher, mate. So I'll talk to you. You've been busy today as well, flat out, mate, working on the cars, doing the Auckland cars and stuff like that. But now you're prepping for this. I mean, you're obviously in a different team, but it doesn't matter. You're still with Rees. How important is it to make sure these cars are 100% for everybody, mate?
Oh, that's it. It's not just my safety or anyone else's safety. It's like we've got to be 100% in everyone, you know. Like, it doesn't matter what team you race for in here, as long as you're 100% safe and ready. Like, you know, like Pete said earlier, this is like a mid-season rebuild for us. We don't put old stuff on or old gear. It's new tyres, new shocks, new brakes if we can. Just everything's got to be right. As you can see, most of these cars have new steelwork on them or tidied up. You're representing your club and 4 other guys out on track, you know, so you want to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, we spoke about that yesterday, I think it was, about how some people say they run, you know, second-hand this and that for teams because they want to break it. But it's like you say, you're representing your club, you're supporting 4 other guys, 5 other guys that race with you, and you want your gear to be reliable. And the best way to do that is put new and the best gear on there, isn't it?
Oh, that's it. At the end of the day, you don't see the Olympic swimmers go and put on their old trunks, go swimming, do you? Like, we put new panels on, new kits, you know. You may as well have, why look the part if you're not going to be the part? So you may as well have all the best gear underneath. And at the end of the day, it's a cost and it's something that no one ever notices, but it's something that we do for our own mindset. You want to be 100% going out that gate knowing that you've done everything you can, and all that you need is a bit of luck at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. That's what the bottom line, you do all that work, and that's what it comes down to. Done that team racing, there's a lot of luck. I also spoke to you today about sinking in yet for the back to back, but you say, like you're saying, it's still taking its time to get there, mate. Yeah,
it's definitely, I suppose it did sink in that night, you know, you sort of, the emotions are high, everyone's on another level, and it was cool to have a couple other guys get some new numbers that they've longed for, you know, long time in the sport, and I was probably more excited for those guys. They've longed for this, they've tried as long as I have to get numbers, you know, and to just have the luck and have the grid draws work out for me and the bad luck on their part for rolling over, and it just worked out for me in the end. Like, you can say like you're the greatest or whatever, but at the end of the day it was just luck, and I'm happy to take it as luck and just carry on with racing.
Oh, mate, well, I think it's great and awesome, and I wish you the best with the Kings this weekend. Thanks for talking with us. We'll go back with Pete, but I will let you go back to work or whatever you're doing here with Josh, and thanks, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for drawing that. So, Kinsey, you're there, mate. You might as well jump in with us here quickly. So that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, I am here, Books. Yeah, I am here, and I see all the congratulations for young Noah as well. You know, everyone's sharing the comments with the draw, so thanks, Asher, for drawing that. And young Noah is never going to forget about what's going to happen this coming weekend, the opportunity to do this. And just to reiterate what you said, Books, in regards to thank you to everyone who took part in that comp. Madu Goodley, good to have you on the show as always, Madu. Richie Mason, Evan Thomason, also who else we got? Dave Thomas, Phil Knowles is watching, Tanisha Mika, Troy Adamson, Ross Ashby, Shane Norris. Yeah, they want to show the lawnmowers, mate. We might get to something like that later.
Show the lawnmowers. Oh, I'm sure we can show them that, can't we, Pete?
Ian Wilson. Who else we got here? Brock's watching. Speedway Racer. I've got to fire one here because my bloody daughter sent a message. Say hi to Riley, Dad. Where's Riley? Riley. Kobe's watching. Riley's watching. Mark Goodman. Yeah, look, he's even asking. Give us a look at the lawnmowers. Lars from Oz is watching. John Van Roon, Hove, and Mark Costello.
Look
at the bloody lawnmowers. Look at the bloody team's cars, not the lawnmowers. I tell you what, though, if you're going down there, I know Pete, actually you can ask Pete, open day, what's happening there, Books?
Yep, I'll let Pete explain. We talked about that today, so talk about that. What the open day's a Saturday, isn't it? Sunday?
No, Saturday we're at Tom Maveri's, Maverick Crawford's, but Sunday, if it all goes to plan without the rain, we're open here. Team will be out here fixing cars and other cars that come out from other teams, so should pretty much open slander from 9 till whenever.
And you don't really turn anyone away, do you, mate? I mean, they come here to get their car fixed, you're going to help them out.
I will help anybody.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of it, isn't it, Kins? That it's not just their own team they help everybody. It's like we saw that at Rotorua when I did that live with Asher fixing stuff and this young fella fixing stuff. It just shows the commitment that this team gives to everybody, eh?
Oh, 100%, mate. This is huge what they do behind the scenes. Look, I got a question for Pete. Books if Pete can hear me from 62P 2015 stock car. Hi, Pete. Do you keep count at how many teams champs you've actually done? How many teams meetings you kept? How many teams meetings you've done, mate? Can you kind of have you kept count?
I've seen the history somewhere, not in the last couple of years, so no, I wouldn't know if you asked me. Someone else will know.
Yeah. Someone will tell us on the comments. You can let us know. Any more questions?
I know.
Pete, mate?
I'll you know. And there's the same question about how many Rees cars will be out there this weekend. Look, we'll get their comment a bit later on. I would at least say, I'll put it out there at least 50%. I would say, eh? Bound to be. Has to be.
That's quite high.
Oh, you reckon? Well, you reckon it might be 30%? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's counting them now. Look at him.
1, 2, 3 in that team. 1, 2 in that team. Yeah. Oh, well, the Gisborne Giants pretty well done except for one. Yeah. There'll be a few out there. Hey, Carly Rossiter. Who else we got here? Kerry Gates. He's one lucky kid. Congrats, Noah. Zach West. Karina's watching us. Congratulations, Noah. Who else we got there? Hey, Evan.
We don't know yet. He hasn't contacted us yet.
Don't know yet, mate. We don't know.
We'll wait until they contact us and he can pick his team and then we'll announce that, what team he chooses to be a part of. I hope he's watching or his mum's watching.
If he picks the Giants, that means you can't come in my cartons.
Whatever. No. We're going to do paper, scissors, rock on that one.
Yeah, so those that don't know out there, on the Grand Parade, Kins is steering Peter's car in the Grand Parade. He's not driving it because he's been towed. And Pete said we can't trust Kins with a throttle, so.
No, well, someone said to me, look, Wayne Odden's got here. Who's Kins' sixth driver for this weekend? He's the best blocker in the land. You know it, eh? What do we got here? Mark, any tanks? Oh, Pete, for Pete here from Mark Grover. Any tanks in the build? Anything in the future around tanks?
We've got a stock car building for next season and probably going to do a super for ourselves, like a Mark II Big Red.
There you go. Hope that
In the
answers you,
tank?
Mark.
Oh, wow, okay, cool. Well, that'll make Horse happy, another tank out there. Hey?
Well, there's only one tank officially this weekend, eh? Now, Jamie Ferguson's 6th driver for Auckland, so it's only going to be young Jack Myers, the only tank out there this weekend. Yeah. Can we see? Oh, everyone's asking about the bloody lawnmowers. 4 Rees cars in the
Yeah,
Warriors.
here we go. He's going to go for a walk while we're listening to you, kids. We'll send Sparky off to look at the mowers. There you go, people. You can see them there.
So, yeah, 4 Rees cars in the Warriors. That's a bit of a start. 1 Lofty car. Noah's from Christchurch. So, Noah, mate, I hope you're coming up to the bloody teams.
Yeah.
We'll bring Patricia if you get in a team to jump into, Kins. That's from old Mikey, the flash little car that I had a pedal with at Waharo. Yeah, Sunday, 25th of March, everyone. If you want to see me try and compete and try and race around that track, I'm actually racing in the New Zealand Adult Mini Stock Champs.
It's not all about you, kids.
Pete would have done 20 plus teams races. Yeah, hard at 20. Thanks, Chris.
We might go
22, 23.
We might go and talk a bit of technical talk with Pete on a car, eh? And talk setup and things like that, just to give the people a bit of an insight, kids. What do you reckon?
Yeah, go for it. Look, up the lawnmowers. Yeah, there we go.
Up the lawnmowers.
Go for it, books. Go for it.
Hey, which car should we choose? Pete, what do you reckon? Should we talk about?
Whatever one you want.
Whatever one we want. Should we?
Ethan,
That's Ethan's. That's Ash's. Then yours.
this is mine, Josh's.
Josh's. We'll do Ash's. So when it comes
I don't
to
know how to set that one up. Do mine.
do yours, you know to set yours up. Okay, so if you set the car up before you head to the track, so you know sort of each track what sort of setup you're having, or do you just get there and look at the track and make a decision there for starters?
We have a base setup for each track, and it's very similar to all tracks, like gearing's different, obviously. If we get to the track and it does look different, because we do the track walk, we're eyes on track. If it does look different, there is a tweaker here and there, but it's a base setup.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you can't always get it right, so you have to learn to drive a bad setup. You're not going to get it right.
Yeah.
And if you get that skill right, you can go pretty good all the time.
Yeah.
But then if you got it wrong, you come in, you can change it real easy with spring adjustments.
So for example, if we wind more tension into this left front, what would that do?
If you do it in the left front, it'll loosen the car.
Loosen the car, which will cause what?
If it's a driving track, you want to loosen the car.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't do it in that corner, probably do it in the right corner.
Okay.
Or take it out of the right front.
Okay, so to loosen the car up, you'd take tension out of your right front shocks, or your right rear shock.
And put it into the
Put it into the right rear, and so that's suitable for like a real drivey track, not a slick track. And in a slick track, would you do the opposite to that?
pretty much opposite. And there's bar angles,
So if we come down here, Sparky, and have a look at some of this.
and there's gearing, there's a whole lot of things. It's a big
So
package deal.
with this system here that Sparky's going on now, we've got these arms here. By adjusting those arms, what can you achieve, so to speak?
Well, the higher the bar angle on this side, the more traction this wheel will get,
Yeah.
and etc. And similar to the other side. So if you've got a slick track, we raise this bar angle to get more traction here, well I do, and then I lower that bar angle to get less traction there.
So what he's talking about there, people, is this bar here,
Yeah,
that bar, and here's an adjustment up here, Sparky, if we come up here, so you've got different slots, and if he raises this bar up, he can get more traction on a slick track, you said, eh?
Well, on any track.
On
you get
any
more
track.
traction, but you might not want it on a driving track.
Ah, okay, so, and then so you'd raise this one and lower the other side. So you've got the same 2 bars on both sides. So there you go, people. So that's a little bit of an insight, and obviously we just talked about the rear shock side of it. And what about tyre pressures? Are they important as well, or
We basically start with a tyre pressure on the scale, and we don't change it much unless the track's just go to Napier and it's got holes in it.
Yeah.
So you up your right rear, so you don't want to pop a tyre.
so you put more pressure into the tyre to
Hopefully
lower
hold
the
it up,
risk
yeah.
of popping a
We have
tyre?
a base tyre pressure set up, and it changes your scale weight, so you don't change the pressures that much.
So when you talk scale weight, what are we talking there? So I've seen them around. You've got 4 scales that the wheels sit on. Is that what we're talking? You set the pressures while they're on those scales, do you?
Yeah, basically you do a stagnant setup, 4 individual pressures. It does a cross weight for you, which is our guide, and it gets you your rear weight, your left weight. Tells your whole story on the scale.
Yeah.
But it's a base setup and it's a stagnant setup, so it doesn't tell you the story in the corner because you're not in the corner going around the track. So you learn your base setup, and we have, we're all different, even though they're the same cars.
Yeah.
We all go different, and then technically we actually learn a bit quicker because of that. Because he went with 49% cross weight, I went with 46. Oh, in the middle might be better, you know.
Yeah. So can it also, like, say you have a setup and you put it in and you think, shit, that feels grouse, that's me. But if you put that same setup into Asher, will he get, because he drives differently, does it make a difference to him? Like, is everyone's, do your setups sort of come down to your driver as well? Like, you know what I mean?
Like the package deal is there, engine, chassis, weight of the chassis, and that knob in the middle in the seat.
Yeah.
That's part of the package.
Yeah.
So my setup might not suit my customer's setup.
Yeah. And
so we've got to learn off the customers, get feedback, learn how they're going to work, and sometimes we can teach them to go like we drive, or sometimes we can't, so we've got to set the car to suit how they drive.
Yeah. So when you're dealing with a customer in that situation, that they obviously drive different, and you're trying to help them to set them up to their driving style, do you just go and watch them do a few laps, or how do you attack that side of it for a customer?
Obviously, we can't watch them, all of them, because there's 300 of them.
Oh, yeah.
But as an example, the Pollocks,
Yeah.
the Slater boys, and Dave Merritt, they're 3 different guys.
Yeah.
And one listens, the other 2 do their own thing.
Yeah.
And it shows. Like Thomas, he's listening, he's actually going better this year than Wayne and Dave.
Yeah.
As an example.
Yeah.
Wayne and Dave have got new cars, more horsepower, different rear weight, left weight, and all that stuff. So they're learning it again. And to be fair, they don't listen that much. But Thomas actually is.
Yeah.
So that's just an example. Or we've got a stock car driver that had a car that was pretty average. He come to us, got a new car. It's actually a rocket because he actually drove that car.
Oh, that was one at Palmy, yeah.
And we didn't have it all right, but he got it right. And then the next meeting, he's that out of control that fast because he's used to his old car. Now we've got to train into him to slow down to go fast.
Yeah.
So feedback's real important. And I spend a lot of my Sunday on the phone getting feedback because I ask for it.
Oh, yeah, so you say to your customers, look, you need to ring me and let me know, so because then that helps you develop more and more, doesn't it, for your chassis?
Feedback, stock car, and we've been out of stock cars like 3 or 4, quite a few years, and we've lost touch with it because it changes. This year changes in 6 months, so we're kind of learning how to catch up again with the stock car side of it. This side of it, you never stop learning, and those last 2 meetings we've done in one complete day, New Zealand's and the 240s, man, we learnt so much because the track just changes the whole time, and a day track's hard to work out, super hard. So we learnt oodles amount, and we didn't get it right. I mean, everyone knows Asher struggled at the
in the qualifying,
and Zach Harris could have been the hero, but decided he wanted to race on. But then in the finals, he got back into it, and he changed his car quite a bit. My car was a bullet in qualifying, and pretty the same as everyone else in the.
Yeah, well, that track changed quite drastically, didn't it? Because it went from an unbelievably slick track and dusty track to this track that had all this grip and just went off, didn't it?
In the last 5 years, tracks, because of the time curfews and stuff, they brought their start time earlier, and then that creates a way different track than we're used to. Like if it's a 6:30 or 7 o'clock start, it's a different track to a 5 o'clock start.
No sun, not as much sun. Yeah.
So we're playing catch up, and we're just playing learning all the time. Like, it's pretty cool. And our advantage is with the feedback keeps us learning quicker. And that's why I like the Sunday phone, you know. This is what we did, this is what happened, you know.
It's to me as well, it's not just your customer cars that you make that come out there. You're getting all sorts of people's chassis and cars coming in and asking for help and getting stuff done, aren't you? I mean, and that must be, to me, that's a testament to how you guys are developing and working out. Like I was talking to Asher today about, you know, something he was doing. I said, "Is this how you guys work this out yourself? You don't, and it's your guys' development. Other people are wanting that on their chassis. That must make you feel pretty good knowing that, you know, that people have in another car and come and said, oh, hey, can you do this for me because I want this or that. That must make you feel pretty good about how things are.
But at the end of the day, we make a living off this, so we have to work. So turning away people is just out of the question. And as an example, Cody McGee's car's here, and he's struggling this year. He's admitted that, so he's asked us for help. So we've changed the back end a bit. Ash has spent all day on it today. We're going to go out to Houseful on tomorrow night, see if it's made a difference. And if it has, he'll be happy, we'll be happy. We would have learned, he would have learned.
Yeah,
move on.
100%.
I mean, that package is different to our package, but we need to learn off that as well as he needs to learn off that. And it is a race, and the race is to go fast.
Yeah, well, that's it. The end of the day, the goal is to take that checkered flag, and to do that, you've got to go quick, don't you? Yeah, 100%. So they've been working flat out all day today doing customer stuff, and tonight's the first night they've had a chance, and everyone's turned up. You've got Asher, Ethan, and Josh here working on the cars. They put new rear rail, crush rails on the back and the front, and I'd say yours needs a bit of a wash, actually, Pete. To be honest, I'm looking at these boys' cars, and you might be letting the side down a little bit, mate. Look, he's going to shave a dirt on the seat and everything, eh?
Yeah, I mean, something I'm not that flashy, but they'll wash it during the week.
I'll tell you what I've just figured out. I was looking at those bloody things on the bench there thinking, what the hell are those? And I've just clicked what they are now. They're mirrors over there that you were making.
Oh, I'm making it. Yeah, we ran out. They're quite a popular mirror. And we ran out, and so we're just making some spare ones for the guys.
Yeah. So you guys make so much now in-house. There's not a lot that you actually have to bring in now. Is that a correct statement, or is there still quite a bit you just can't get or can't make yourself when it comes to your chassis? And
the Superstock discs are something that's coming from the States. We make all the front end. Obviously, we don't do the motor. Brian does our motor, Hartley. Radios and stuff come in, but we highly modify them. We make our own cowling. We make our own air cleaner top and base because simply the ones you buy aren't up to the standard. And Ash is the king of it. With the standard air cleaner top and base on, 3 or 4 hits, the air cleaner falls off because it's warped and bent. So I make a 3mm one that you can literally jump on, and because you've got to keep that engine clean of dust and stuff.
I mean, the gear you've got here, mate, to do it all, incredible as well. You know, like it's like if you ever pan round there, Sparky, like you got the big what's that? Is that just
a guillotine?
The guillotine there. You got a sign up of drills ready to go. You've got welders everywhere. These are all the wheels they make themselves. Are stronger. I watched Pete make some of these today, and it's just incredible. Doing those wheels here, you're doing them too. The little extra things you do just to make that wheel a little bit better, mate. Is that just something you thought to yourself? How can I get that to perform a bit better? And or had you seen it done somewhere, or what's the deal on that? Because you put that bead through there, and you sort of.
To be fair, we're lucky SNZ aren't that smart, and they throw a stupid wheel rule at us. So we think we need a wheel that actually doesn't go flat. If you notice, the Superstock wheels are less flattening than the stock car wheels, because the stock car wheels are road going wheels, and they don't handle our tracks and our heavy cars and that. So we just got smarter, and we built a rim to suit our Hoosier. That hold on potentially better. And it's a popular item for here, and I'm glad I did it because, you know, 1 year I had multiple flats, and flat tyres cost you money, let alone championships. So that's just something else I saw making today. But like Sparky just showed you, and you've got the big press there behind the boys. Is that another guillotine in the back there? Is it? And lathes everywhere. It's just incredible. This facility you've made as your business, and you've got your plasma cutter there to cut stuff out, which we do those Rees cutouts that we've auctioned off to people. But mate, we'll head back over and talk to Kin, shall we, and see what he's up to in the background there. He'll be sitting there listening. He might have gone for a cup of tea or something. We might have lost him, Pete. He's still there.
Oh, there he is. Hey, mate. Oh, you're on mute, are you?
Shit, I am. Sorry, I was. Yeah, no, I've been sitting there taking it all in. Just highly impressive what goes on in the shed there behind the scenes, and just reiterating some of these comments. You know, Zach Harris, he's saying that Pete, wash it. It's a disgrace you give me death about being dirty. It's old Zach. Scott Honeybone, would Rees Race Cars look at building a F1 Brisker style car?
Oh, Ash has talked about it, Scott, and if he does, he'll go over there and do it, which is saddening for me because it's more time out of the shed. So he has talked about it, but he's got a bit going on family-wise this year, so probably not this year.
All right.
There we go.
I've seen a few people asking, is that chance of Sparky? Because Booker's reiterating Sparky. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, this is Dwayne,
another friend
a friend of ours
yeah.
that races us online. He's been a mate of mine for a while now. Very good guy. So we got him down. He lives just down the road in Levin, so he offered to come down and help us with the camera tonight since kids is rather work than come spend time with us, eh, Pete, you know?
I'll be coming to. I had my first bloody council meeting today. Holy shit, that was a long day. From Riker Edge. Thank you all for what you do for the sport. Love you so much, Pete Legend. That's from Riker Edge.
He's got a car now too, isn't he? Back in, he used to race online back in the day.
Yeah. Is he 571R? I think back. Yeah, I think that's him. Tanya Books. Is Pete cooking you breakfast?
I can cook my own breakfast, Tans. I might cook a breakfast for everyone here in the old camper.
That's a negative.
Yeah.
Yeah. For Pete. Yeah, for Pete from Kyle Forster, with the scale of Pete's operation, does he have any plans in the future, maybe for a new, bigger workshop?
I have actually purchased a bit of land next door to expand this, but we're not going to get too crazy. We're just going to go with the what would you call it? The demand for the cars. I mean, it's been a high demand the last 3 or 4 years, but the sport's coming back a bit, and the financials out there is tight. So I think we're not going to get any bigger. We're just going to try and please more customers because we haven't been that successful at pleasing customers this year.
Ross Ashby, not too many secrets, Pete. You're a top man, mate.
No secrets in Rees Race Cars, Ross. Good to catch up on Friday too, Ross.
Yes.
Yeah. They're heading through Friday. I caught up with the horse earlier today. What else we got here? Ask Pete how much for 2 front rims, Mike Pugh.
Mike who?
Mike Pugh.
Who's he from?
How much for 2 front rims?
He's in Hawke's Bay, I think.
Hawke's Bay, yeah.
Actually, I'm an agent here for Wholesale Tyres and Megan Tyre, of all people. And I think the extra heavy-duty ones are 149 including, and the lighter ones are 120 including.
There you go.
But I do recommend the heavy ones because we run them and they're a good rim.
There we go. Riker Edge 573, a Hunter build car. So there you go. That's what Riker's running at the moment. What do we got there? Braden Pritchard. If Pete really wants to clock the game of closed wheel racing, get him. Oh, here we go. Adult mini stock. Here we go. I knew this was going to come.
It's all about friggin' kins again.
No. I don't know why this dude threw that in there. No, bloody Pete will put me in the tyre.
Drive mini stock again.
No, you'll bloody put me in the bloody tyres at that track. Yeah, geez. Good to see all these viewers watching. Books, we got heaps of fans watching, you know, and hey, look, it's only 2 days, 21 hours, 49 minutes and 34 seconds, so it's not far.
Well, look, I hope people have enjoyed the bit of the in-look, behind-the-scenes look we've done tonight with Pete and the crew, and you know, Ethan doing that gear set, and Pete talking about how the setup and that is. I mean, it's interesting to me, Kins, that stuff. I mean, I've been walking around here today just looking at stuff, and I've probably bothered Asher a bit with questions, because it's just such an interesting thing to learn, you know. When you look back at how it all was when we first went to Speedway to what it is now, it just really has blown my mind today, mate.
Oh, the development of Speedway in general really is, in all classes, is just growing, you know, to be fair. And this class particular, especially when you take a look at these teams vying at the 44th running of the teams champs, when you take a look at the NZ and so forth. But yeah, no, it's just huge.
Someone's done the maths. There's 23 Rees cars this weekend in teams champs.
There we go.
No, you're not quite
there you go. I do so. Oh, Gary Lonergan. Books, can you send me some pics of my car, please?
No, that would be embarrassing. It's stacked in the back shed.
I did see it out the back there.
No, we get in there, Gary. We get in there.
Yeah. Jacob Carter, I think, 6th driver for the Busters. Can Pete keep it on the wheels this weekend?
Well, to be fair, isn't it entertaining when you tip over?
Oh, there you go. You knew Thomas Slater was watching, mate. You talked about Thomas earlier. Love you, Pete. So there you go.
Good on your family, aren't we?
Yeah.
There's a lot, I can see it ticking over in front of me, kids. I can't quite see the screen properly, but there's a lot of people getting involved and obviously have enjoyed the show. But young Noah, I can't wait to meet him and get hold of his family. I hope they are coming. They entered in the competition.
Well, they're from Christchurch, apparently.
Oh.
So Scott Honeybone's there. So we'll have to try and track that down. It's even developed so much. Pete's got comfy 2 rigs. Got another day sitting on a couch in the back of the white truck. That's Stu Russell. Good old days, eh?
You want to talk to Josh?
I suppose we could have a quick word. If he comes over, will he
Yeah.
come over?
I'll go get
Hey, Reese. Reese Wood watching Jack Menzies.
Pete's just going to go over and he's going to get one of his drivers to come talk to us, he reckons. So, I got 2 of them now. Hey. Be like the Walrus,
Yes.
Aikens.
So as Booker alluded to right at the start of the show, he did catch up with Bruce Roberts, and obviously people been keeping an eye on the weather. It's not looking too flash on the Friday, Saturday, but that's hearsay at the stage. Fingers crossed, be positive that we should get racing on Saturday, Sunday. But if their weather, as predicted, does turn up, it will move through to Sunday and Monday. So just giving you the heads up on that. Look, everyone can go home Tuesday on Waitangi Day. So that may mean if you have been following the Speedway racing up and down the season with the rain-offs, i.e. just racing New Zealand Saloons at Kiki, obviously the 240s, the NZs at Miani, maybe look at booking your accommodation on the Monday night. Just giving you the heads up, just in case.
Yeah, I
because
think you've got to allow for those rain-out days, you know, Kins.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
So,
I mean, we've done it for years. The following day of a meeting is always a rain-out day. So I don't know why people don't book to do that, you know. So, yeah, it surprises me big time. Oh, I can hear
so
it.
it's
Pete
five.
sends him
It's
over,
5
didn't
to.
it?
It's
I didn't organise it, mate. It was Pete just made this happen, not me.
So 521C is Michael Araz. He's Noah's dad, so he's a stock car driver down in Christchurch.
Oh, so they're probably coming up. So, yeah.
So let's hope they come up.
I know which team he's going to pick, Kins.
Yeah, definitely. And there's some big teams. Obviously, 13 races on the first night. Starts with the Mustangs, Rebels, and you got the Lions, Wanderers, All Stars, Giants, Busters, Scrappers, Panthers, Kings, Warriors, Glen Eagles, Hawkeyes, Mustangs, Rebels, Lions, Wanderers, All Stars, Giants, Busters, Scrappers, Panthers, Kings, Warriors, Glen Eagles, and Hawkeyes. So one big knot of teams racing, and one guy that knows teams racing, he's done it for many years, is Josh Prentice, who is with Booker right now.
Yeah, looks like Pete went and grabbed him and made him come over here, eh? I wasn't going to do it to you, you know. Hey, look, you got here early, so you've travelled down from home today to come work on the cars and get it ready. So you're going back there home tonight, and then are you coming back again tomorrow, or are you just going to come back Friday?
Yeah, I'm here tomorrow, late tomorrow. Just start getting in the prep. Come over here on Sunday, bought the car over Sunday, so it's been based here since Sunday. Obviously, did my own prep at home, bring it over here, do some more prep. Certain things I get checked, you know, just make sure it's 120%. The teams is pretty much this my whole season is teams racing, you know, so I like to make sure that the car's absolutely immaculate. I was going to do a couple of things on Sunday, and Pete kind of told me to put my head in and you don't need to do that, but that's just what I tend to do every year, like just put some new shocks on the front today. Like Asher said before, even though it's teams racing and a lot of people think like behind the scenes they don't actually see what goes into it, that you put old gear on your car, but you don't put old gear on, and there's probably a lot of people don't see that you actually probably go the extra mile because one, you're representing your club, and two, you've got 4 other guys in your team that you don't want to let down, plus your fans, you know, like, and I think you look at every team this year, and if you walk around the pits, you'll see every team car is like immaculate, ready to represent that club and their spectators and their other teammates.
Yeah, and that's and it really has evolved to that too, mate. Over the years, you know, there's a lot of pride and a lot of there's a lot of money there. You know, like to win teams that's the ultimate, isn't it? When as a super stock driver to win Palmy teams, there's nothing higher on the agenda, is there?
No, definitely. I was fortunate when I was 17. I got my first. I was contracted to Palmy and got my first Pumas call up and made that, and we won that teams that year. You know, like, and then we did 5. We won 5 teams titles when I was at Palmy at the Pumas, and then I've come to Gizzy for this will be my 4th or 5th year. And every year we've been like on the podium, but we just haven't been able to make that final step to win it. And obviously that's the ultimate goal. Everyone wants to win team champs, you know. And I think this year's there's a lot of good cars out there, and there's a lot of guys and a lot of teams that are willing to put it on the line. And it's going to be one hell of a weekend for the fans to see. You know, like every year it gets bigger and bigger, but yeah, I think this year's going to be pretty good because. Obviously, you know, we usually get that Huntley teams in to get that bit at the start, and none of us have had that this year. There's a few teams that have had some team races, but a lot of us this year haven't had anything, so we're going in this weekend, you know, hoping everything can gel. And, you know, we put the effort in the shed, but it comes down to a lot of luck too at the end, you know, like you get one car gets taken out, you're down to 3 cars, you know, like you're on the back foot straight away, but it's awesome. The build-up to teams is awesome. The atmosphere, you know, like Palmy obviously put it in the square, and it's just a whole thing for the whole town, you know, like obviously the fans go to the square to have a look at the cars, but then obviously they get hungry, so they go get something to eat in town, and then the wives and the partners will go do a little bit of shopping, you know. So it's a big thing for the whole town.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
It's an awesome event, you know, like. Yeah, I'd do teams every week if I could. You know, like, but that's just me, and it's something I'm looking forward to, and especially like I don't know for Gisborne now too. It's got a lot harder. We've got a lot of young fellas too. We've got that development team. We've got a lot of fellas that are building and want to be at this big show. You know, so you know I'm not that old, but us semi-older fellas have still got to perform. You know, it's getting harder to pick, and you know that's probably where Gisborne's quite good at the moment. Is we've got a lot of young fellas and they're really knocking on the door, so it's we're in a good place.
And speaking of Gisborne, mate, like I had my first ever trip to Gisborne this year. Pete picked me up and took me through where you guys are racing and that, and it's just a fantastic club and atmosphere, isn't it? I mean, they make you feel like that's been your home for decades when you go there, doesn't it? I mean, like for you switching to the Gizzy club and then becoming that, and it's a good hike for you guys to get there, but when you get there, you just feel so welcome.
Oh, I absolutely love it, you know, like Pete actually come up to me, I was racing at Wellington one night, and he goes, oh, you can do Huntley teams for us, and, you know, and then, and then I was like, yeah, definitely, like, you know, definitely wanted to do it, and didn't have a super stock going at that time, and then I ended up contracting to Gisborne, and, I just love it, I absolutely love it. When you go there, you drive in the gate, you're welcome, you know, like, everyone's just so humble in Gisborne. Obviously, it's so far away, and it's a distance for everyone to drive to. But literally, like if someone could make the effort, like you'll definitely enjoy it when you get there.
100%.
It is a bit of a drive, but when you get there, it's absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
And the track is absolutely awesome. Like you get a good field of super stocks around that track, man, and it's wicked. Like
Yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm going back there, or you're going back there too, I believe. North Island Super Stocks have got their North Island Stock Cars, sorry, with their 2-day meeting there, and the Super Stocks are there as well. So I'm looking forward to that back there again. I just can't wait to get there and enjoy the place again, mate, because it really was I just came away from there just feeling so good about Speedway.
Yeah, no, we're going back there. I won't be there on the Friday night. You know, like I've got working commitments, and obviously Christmas is a busy time, but we'll be there on the Saturday, and you know, it'll be cool with the North Island stock cars up there, you know, like all the stock cars. I've done a few championships in the stock car up there, and it'll be an awesome weekend, you know, full heaps of stock cars, and then try to get a full field of superstocks, and it'll just be an awesome event.
Yeah, mate. Oh, well, thanks for talking to us, man. I appreciate you taking the time, even though Pete pushed you over here. But we wish you all the best. And don't forget, people, if you want to meet the Gisborne Giants, Saturday morning, McVeary Crawford's, corner of Grey and Princess Street. You can head down there and meet the team. But thanks, man. We appreciate it.
No. On behalf of the Giants, like, we'd like to thank our fans and all our sponsors, you know, that help us do what we can do this weekend, and yeah, everyone that gets behind us. So thank you.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Josh. Cheers, man. There you go. Pete's come back. He's so, Kins, you there, mate? Must be still there somewhere. There he is.
Yeah, still there. I'm still listening. I got my ears turned on, mate. I got my ears
I'm not sure
turned
what
on.
time it is. What are we doing for time? We might just call it a night, I think, now. And we've had a pretty good insight. We've spoken to a few drivers, and we got to see a gear set change and learn about setups and all the rest of it. I think overall, is there any questions left there that you've been seeing that people want to ask Pete or ask anyone?
No, I think overall, Books, has just been a great insight for many fans that have congregated to Palmer year after year to see what happens with these race cars, the behind the scenes, you know, seeing gear changing, what Ethan done earlier, then Pete explained a bit more about it as well. And just to comprehend the amount of work that goes in. This is the reason why we don't do our build-up on the actual week build-up to the event. It gives the drivers and every other driver a chance, so we don't disturb them to work on their machines, because they're just, but like Pete said right at the start, it's like a mid-rebuild again, just to get them ready for the big event. And Warren Buchanan pretty well wrapped it up. Palmy Team's chances in New Zealand's premier motorsport event hand down, and hence the reason why we get thousands of fans travelling up and down the country, let alone from the UK as well. So, no, it's been pretty cool, Box. It's been bloody awesome.
Yeah, it's been a good night. I'd like to thank Pete for allowing us to come in here and film and do this with you, Pete. It's been fantastic to give the fans and let people know just a little bit more about the insights of a superstock rather than them all they see is the racing, you know, and nothing else. So we appreciate you giving us a chance to come in and show the fans and everyone out there just what is involved.
Yeah, that's easy. We are always open, but that's only a little part of what we actually do. These things take a lot of time. You know, when anyone that's involved in the sport, their family's involved directly or indirectly. You know, but it keeps families together. It keeps kids off the street.
Yep.
Which I'm always vocal about that. When you know, you hear about disasters down the road and that, but our kids are here working on race cars. So it's just second nature to us, just open up. And you know, and teams are something we look forward to every year. So we're getting set for it properly as far as we're concerned.
100%, mate. Well, cheers for that. So, Kins, I think on that note, we'd like to, we'll see if we'll pop back in here in a sec. There he is. We'd like to thank everybody for joining in. Myself and Kins will be live on Saturday morning from McVeary's, and we'll talk to Mr. McVeary himself, the owner himself. We'll have a word to him and the rest of the Giants team before we head into the square for scrutineering. I'm probably going to do a little bit of a live or a bit of a filming Friday night. Friday night, is the meet and greet. Yeah. No, yeah. Friday night. So I might do something there Friday night to see how we go for internet in that place. But other than that, Kins, I'll see you here on Friday. You coming down Friday, mate?
Yeah, Friday morning. Just one quick question from Mark Perkins. Pete, the high-vis Rees Race Cars, I think Asher might have had one of them on before when you interviewed him. The choice, he loves them. Do you guys have those for sale or any story with those?
We got them done as work shirts a while ago, and we are going to get some done. But hey, anything's possible if you do an order online. I mean, not on my page because that's gone stagnant, if you've noticed. But maybe flick us a message, do an order, or flick Asher a message, and we can get some done.
There we go, mate. Here you go. Hope that
Easy
answers and
peasy.
sorts things out. Easy peasy. And I did get Carl Shearer, the manager for the Scrappers. He sent through and he said 23 Rees cars this weekend. Giants, Kings, Scrappers, Warriors, all with 4 Rees cars per team. There you go, 23.
Legend.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey?
He's obviously got bugger all to do as a manager.
Yeah. So he's done a match. And just my last words I want to say to all the fans, it's been an awesome bloody show. And all I'm going to say really is 2 days, 21 hours, 33 minutes and 30 seconds. Can't let it down. And you'll see me on the track too at the TNG, and I'll be waving out. See us.
Okay, people, thank you. Enjoy your, we look forward, if you're travelling, be safe on the roads. And, yeah, we'll see you in person this weekend.
Yeah, farming.
Thanks, everyone.
See us.
Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bump and Run Booker joins us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot, Natty.